For my small stones and pebbles, I usually use a sectioned box like this. It always comes in very handy when you're building a terrarium and you know where to find what. So here I have some sandstones, I have bark, I have granite chips, I have some white stones, and I have some river pebbles, polished and unpolished. I usually stay away from using these kind of polished river stones because they don't give a natural look to the terrarium. I prefer using stones like these which are unpolished. They look very natural in the setting and help to elevate the overall aesthetics. One good thing about stones is that it's very easy to use. There is no mold or fungus growth on stones. So now I'll talk a little bit about driftwood. I have some driftwood here. I have some Malaysian driftwood. I have some spider wood here. And I also have some locally sourced driftwood. And also some twigs, small twigs and branches. Now this is the best type of driftwood that you can use inside a terrarium. This is called a Malaysian driftwood. It comes in these kind of dark color and it has got excellent textures on it. One good thing is that these kind of wood has very minimal fungal growth in my experience inside a terrarium. So for beginners it's recommended that you use these kind of driftwood. Before you use any kind of driftwood inside a terrarium, please boil it in water so that it is completely disinfected and sterilized before you can introduce it in a terrarium. This is spider wood. They come in this kind of light textures. They look great, but the problem is that every time I have used this kind of spider wood inside a terrarium, there has been a lot of fungal growth on it, and then I had to later remove it, clean it and introduce it back inside the terrarium. So be a little careful while you're using these kind of wood inside a terrarium. So this is a locally sourced driftwood which I have collected from the forest, and it is already seasoned. If the driftwood is already seasoned, then it will give you less of a problem inside a terrarium. But if it is a fresh wood which has not been seasoned, then they are prone to fungal growth, and that could give you a lot of trouble. Here are some twigs and branches that I've bought from a local craft store. They look great. They have these tree-like structures, and when you use them in terrariums, it gives the look of a forest bed. The issue with these kind of hardscape is that they are again prone to algae and fungus, but if you have springtails inside your terrarium, they will do a thorough job of cleaning them up. You could also use things like bark, botanicals, different kind of seed pods, dried seed pods, and small twigs to give your terrarium a very wild, natural landscape look. So here I have a terrarium which I've landscaped recently, and you can see what all hardscape elements I have used in this terrarium. So for hardscaping this terrarium, I have used a block of sandstone, I have some unpolished river pebbles, I have a twig which I bought from the craft store, and I also have the pine bark here. As you can see, the twig already has some algae and fungal growth on it, and I'm expecting the springtails to clean it up. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the content I'm sharing, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.